Hi everyone, this is Diane. I have just a very short time today to do a little bit of organizing down here. So I selected these 3 sets of little drawers, and these contain small pieces of ephemera. Some of the drawers have things in them that I know won't stay in there, and some, at least one I think, is empty. So I have some work to do with these. I don't know how far we'll get. What was I going to say? I have gotten some things. I've used the things in these drawers since I moved, but all the time I've been here, which has been about 6 months, I haven't tried to organize it and set this up just the way I want to keep it. I don't know if I need to have all of these. I have them all stacked on top of each other over in my nook on top of another set of narrow drawers. So it's quite a tower over there, but let's just take a look and see what we have. And I may be able to eliminate maybe this set of 3 drawers. So this one is a little one with 3 drawers, and then that one I just had, and then the other one has 5 drawers. All right, here we have some German scrap, which is what it says on the label. This one is not labeled, but it has like Denison stickers, the kind of decorative stickers that you would use on Sunday school papers and stuff like that, along with vintage gift seals just to decorate packages, and some gift tags, like the to from tags. Quite a lot of things in this. And things are mixed up because this one also has gift tags and seals. All right, I'm just gonna dump everything out and we will organize it. This says German scrap, this says gift seals and tags, and this one doesn't have a label. I'm going to grab, I think I have some of these small plastic bags, so I'm going to grab some of those so I can just kind of keep things together better. There's a little tiny bag. I'm pretty sure I have some similar to that size, maybe a little smaller, but they are not here where I thought they would be. So I won't be able to do that right now. So this is a vintage seal. I'm going to put all the stickers there. And these are, I think that's just like a Hallmark sticker. These are gift seals because that looks like it's for a wedding shower. I'm going to lower this. I had it up high because of the drawers being there, but so I'm going to keep the gift decoration seals separate. I love these with the foil on them. These are to decorate a package, I think, or you can glue them inside a card. I'm not exactly sure. They were on a sheet. They were perforated, and you could just separate them, and they're silver embossed, what do you call it, sentiments. So we have Father's Day, congratulations, happy birthday. So these are probably not things I would use in junk journaling. Party invitation. So happy Easter. I don't really need to keep these, but I don't want to throw them away because they're vintage. So I'm going to put them in this. Well, I'm just going to set them aside. because I don't need to use up a plastic baggie if I'm not going to keep them. I love this one, Little Bo Peep. And then I have gift tags. So I do have it so that gift seals and gift tags are in the same, but we're going to see how many we have. Look at that sweet little girl. It's hard to see her because she's curled up. Oh, I've got a bunch of those oranges. I don't remember them. And this is a little baggie of the little chicks. I do remember buying that little box full of chicks. And I got a little box of these blue, oh, not that bluebird. These bluebirds. I got a box full of those. Look at the cute little bear. This is the Denison forest animals. So I did punch them all out and put them all in this baggie. And I'm just going to leave them like that for now. Vibrant butterfly. That is, I think that's German scrap. Doesn't feel as embossed as some of them do. I did get some gift tags from eBay. But everything else I have purchased from flea markets. There's quite a variety in here. I think I would like to, sorry if I bumped the camera, I would like to keep the tags separate from the seals. So I'm going to remove this part of the label that says gift seals. Well, I'll do that later. Here's another pack. I don't know why this is put in a baggie. These came out of a scrapbook with all the baby cards. Well, not baby cards, but children's cards for baby Marie Joy. I don't know if you remember that bonanza that I had from the 40s. Look at all these stickers. I better be using these. I didn't realize I had quite so many. Layla will be coming to make cookies with me today. Her grandpa picks her up from school when her dad is working, which he is today. So he's going to pick her up and then bring her here. So I'm not exactly sure what time she gets out of school and what time she'll be here. So I may have to stop this video abruptly. This is the first chance I've had to do any sort of a video. And since I didn't know how much time I would have, I thought I would just do a sorting video. This pouch has the foiled ones in it, and a couple others. These roses, they are stacked together, and I had enough here. There's a whole bunch of them here. And I don't usually de-stash these kinds of things because I love them and they're not that easy to find. This is all the gift tags, the to from things. That's a sticker, happy birthday sticker. This was in the scrapbook, in the Marie Joy Tedesco children's card scrapbook. This is German scrap. A couple of those bunnies. This one also is a stack. It's almost like it's a little notebook, but it's the very top of the stickers that are stuck together like that, like a tablet. And these are like that too. I think what I would like to do, these are not vintage, but they look like wax seals. I would like to separate the floral images and put them in a baggie so it's easy for me to look for a floral design or something that's not floral. I don't think these are called German scrap, but they are Victorian pieces that people collected and stuck in their scrapbooks. And I think these are ones that I carefully removed from a scrapbook, but I don't know, they look pretty clean on the back. So I'm going to keep them in that baggie to keep them safe. But I'm going to put them in with the German scrap because they are lightly embossed like a German scrap is. So that's going in the German scrap bag. And some of the German scraps aren't that old. They look like they were made in Victorian days, but you can see this is white on the back. So it's not old, it's a reproduction. And I bought some sheets of the Victorian scrap at a vendor mall, and they were new like that. I don't know how old they were, but they weren't antique. So I think that's what all of these are. And I did sell a lot of those pieces because there were so many. I didn't need all of them, and there were some that I knew I wouldn't use. These are the foiled ones. I'm going to put them in a separate baggie. I don't have a lot of the foiled ones left. I mean, comparatively, there's quite a few here. These are all gift tags, so I don't think I need to put them in baggies. I'll just kind of rummage through there when I want one. And that'll be fun. So there's a lot of room in here in the German scrap. So I'll have to figure out how I want to separate these things. This is the woodland animals. They're already in their baggie, and the little chicks. Maybe I'll put the foiled ones in with the German scrap for now anyway. Now I'm going to separate the flowers. These kinds of flowers were in one of those Denison books where you punch out the pieces. Oops. This is a flower, but it's in an octagonal shape. Hexagonal shape. There's old Mother Hubbard. Love the daisies. Okay, I'm going to take these little square ones. Oh, not that. Find a little baggie for them. Oh, here's the little baggies I was looking for. It was still just sitting on my table. Oh, I think Layla's here. I'll be back to finish this later. Okay, I'm back. It's actually the next day. Did not have time to come back yesterday. Layla was here till 8:30ish. But I have my stickers bagged up. I put a few that are slightly larger because they take up a lot of space when they're in the pile, and it's just hard to see around them when I'm looking quick. So I put them in a separate baggie, and then I have the stickers that are not flowers. And then I separated the flowers into, these are the ones that were in the rectangular kind of shape. And then I separated the Denison ones that come in the little books that you punch out. Just because there's so many flowers, I kind of wanted to have them separated up a little bit more. So I'll just put these in the Ziploc bags. And then I think we're done with these 3 drawers. And I like having this little drawer unit. I know exactly where my little gummed stickers and gift tags are when I want them. I think I need to develop some projects to do on, make a video of using some of these things. Okay, now I will change the labels. I have to put a label on here, and this is just gift tags, so I need to change that. But for now, I'm going to put them in here. German scrap, gift tags, and gummed stickers. All done. Now I have this set of drawers, and this is the one I'm thinking I might be able to not use or to move somewhere else. But what's in it right now are photographs that I've taken over the years of journal covers. So these are pictures that I took of the journals as they were done, to put in my shop or to put on Facebook or Junk Journal Junkies Facebook group. I had a lot more than this, and I do have a lot more than this. I just haven't sorted through them yet. But I ended up just printing mostly just the covers, just to so I can remember the journals that I made. But they don't need to be kept in here. I just put them in that drawer when I was moving. I'll find another place to put them. So that's empty. Then I have these fasteners, so I can make closures, straps for journals. I'm not sure where I want to put those. They could stay in there, but I just don't know yet. Okay, and this is large plastic numbers that go on the signs. These aren't actually the numbers. I have some fractions and some symbols and punctuation. So I don't know, maybe I will keep them in there. And oh, that's a bridge tally. They don't belong in there. And these are large shipping labels. So I'm gonna just leave these things out, and then I'll decide if I need to keep them in those drawers. Let's see what's in this set. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers in this container. Okay, this one is coasters, and I will probably keep all of these coasters. It's a small drawer, so I limited it to this size drawer. These are some I found at a flea market. Hills Brothers Coffee. And I like these because they don't have the waxy thing on the back, so you can glue them. These do have a waxy thing, but I can peel that right off because the glue won't stick to that. I probably got these at a flea market too. Seems like they were with a set of napkins. Just some Amish pictures and sayings. So a lot of them have the waxy background. I either have to sew them on or see if I can peel off the wax part, which I can. So they will be okay to use. These, this is coated, so I don't think I can peel that. So these, they're nice and sturdy, so I think I can sew them on, whatever I'm putting them on. This is a Hallmark one. And I can peel that. So I would probably attach it to cardstock, which I have done before. Because when you peel it, then you're just left with like a napkin weight piece. Some more Amish. And there's a square Amish one. And this is an advertising one, and it was used. I'm going to put the square ones on the bottom. See, this is an example of, actually I glued this down to the cardstock and it is not coming up. I wonder if I peeled the plastic off. I must have. So those are all set to go. I'm going to put them in with my ready-made ephemera. Oh, these don't have anything plastic on the back. I like the bright colors of these. These are just a little bit smaller. Look at that cute one. It's pretty thick. Oh, there's two of them there. These I picked up from a restaurant that we went to. Okay, so I'll put these here. So I'm not getting rid of any of the coasters. I just need to use them. In the next drawer, I just have these 3 Viewmaster reels. Viewmaster, 1 reel in a pocket. I think they all are just 1 reel. But that's all I have of Viewmaster reels, so I'll just keep them there for now, and when I use them, I don't need to replenish, but I can use that little drawer for something else. This one has bridge tallies, and I have destashed these quite a bit, so I probably don't need to destash. I've got a bunch. I just got those not too long ago. I wonder if I got them this past summer. Could be. But they have the tassels on them, and they're definitely vintage. And I have some Monet ones, the water lilies. They don't seem very old. People still play bridge, so you can purchase new bridge ephemera stuff, but I don't know where you buy it. I get my stuff at flea markets and whatnot like that. Thrift stores. So, and some of them are Hallmark brand. That one's Hallmark. And so is this, Betsy Clark. So you could used to probably be able to buy them in the card shops, the Hallmark gift shops and stuff like that. Don't know if you still can. This is a little Pekingese with a tassel. That one is definitely older. These are old, but I've had them in my stash for a while. I've used them, just don't think about them. So this is another thing, all these little tiny drawers, I need to think about going over to that little nook and opening those drawers. They're very easy to access now, where they didn't used to be. This is one that had a cross stitch or needlepoint design on paper, and it was used, partially used. Okay, so that's what I have. I'll just put them neatly back in the drawer. So I do have some old ones and some newer ones. They're not new. None of them are new, but they're definitely, they might not even be considered vintage. I have no way of knowing. This one looks vintage just because of the design, and this one probably is maybe the 70s. Betsy Clark is probably the vintage variety. But I just have them because I like the designs. I like being able to include them in pockets. So we have a nice neat drawer for now. Oh, that one can't be in a pile all by itself. There. This will be a fun one to look at. Denison. I have some more Denison stuff in here. Denison type stuff. They're not all Denison brand. But these are all tabs, I believe. So I put them here, so I'll just grab them and use them in journals. Different types of vintage tabs. I used some in the recent journals that I made with the piece together pages, the grungy journals that I made. So I will leave those there. I'll pull out the things in boxes first. And that's a box, and this one is a tablet. So I think I labeled this Denison. Yes, I did. But knowing that it includes more than Denison. It's just my generic, like Saran wrap. I don't even know if you can buy Saran wrap. I have Glad wrap in my kitchen, but I always call it Saran wrap. All right. I want to keep these in their boxes so I can see what brand they are and also keep them nice. And this one is full. It says 60 labels. I don't know if there are 60 labels, but it is pretty full. This one is airmail envelope stamps. And I do keep stamps in a separate place, but I liked this as a vintage item, and I just thought it went well in here, so I keep them in here. More gummed labels. Nice big ones, and it looks pretty full. I don't think it's got all 35 in it, but it's got quite a few in there. This one might be half full. It said 60, and I have probably used some of those. I've used some of most of these. Well, what do we have here? This is Herald Square. I've seen ledger books and accounting books by Herald Square. Okay, I saw something blue in here, and I think it's just like a divider, little chipboard piece. But I could stamp on that. Rayburn's. Started out with 75 labels, and it's got a lot in here. They're not in the best condition, and I think some of them stick together. Oh, no, those are pretty good, but the one end is torn off of some of them, and they're quite curled. But, I mean, glue them down, and they're not curled anymore. It's just hard to keep them tidy when they keep curling. But it's nice that it's in a slide box and not a lid that sits on top, because the lid, if the lid sat on top, it would pop up. These curled labels would make it pop up. But this will help hold them down. Then I have, these are different because this one is slightly larger, and this is probably newer. This is an older style of tablet for it. I paid $2 for this full tablet. I've used quite a few of them. And then I have this one, and I paid $3 for this one. It's unique, the color of it. So I've used these. So that takes care of the tablets and the boxes. What else do I have? I have this bag with airmail stickers. They don't seem very old because they're so white. Some fragile labels. Some more airmail that are older. That's cool. Package for a man in the service. So I'll just keep these random labels in this plastic bag, cellophane bag. I'm going to look for all of the shipping labels. Those are vintage, and that one got torn. These are sticker ones, and they're not that old. You might still be able to buy stuff like this in Walmart and places like that. These are vintage. Look at that one. That is so neat. I got a bundle of some of these labels and some of these all together from eBay one time. Put this in here. Oh, these are loose. These are just some airmail. I'll stick that whole bag in here, the envelope. These came out of a book that I bought. Just a booklet that had perforated labels. And that was years ago that I bought that. I found it at a flea market. And I've used quite a few of them. So I guess I'll put these in here. Got a couple more shipping labels that are adhesive. Well, this one is. I'll put them on the bottom of the pile. And I just stuck these, oh, I've got all of these. I think I'll put these somewhere else because they take up too much room. Oh, I know, these were in that other drawer with these pieces. But I have a couple more that I just put in this pile. So let me find those. I guess that's it. And these are Martha Stewart home office stickers, labels from, they were made by Avery, and I'm not sure where I got them. But I stuck them in here, and I don't know if I want them in there. And I have more of these little labels in my label binder. I think I should get them all and put them all together. I'll be right back. Here's my label binder. And in the back, toward the back, I have these vintage things. I'm going to keep these right here, the ones that are for canning and things like that. And these came out of that booklet. Maybe I got 2 different booklets, but I think I'd like to take the plain ones out and put them in with these. So those are just, they don't have any writing on them, but they have different red borders, which are pretty cool. And I've got blue ones. And I might end up putting these back in if I don't like taking them out and having them in that drawer. I've got quite a few stuck in here, and I just don't think to get them out, so I'm gonna try putting them in with all the other ones. I have a couple that are this book belongs to. And some storage labels. Plain ones in here. Okay, the rest are digitals. So, how am I going to store these? I think I would like to have a separate drawer for these and then these loose ones. So I'm going to take the Viewmaster reels out. They don't need to take up a whole drawer. I'll take the airmail, the little airmail ones, and keep them separate. I love this one on Arrow. If I turn these around, I can see them from the back side. Okay, now all these blue ones, these are all plain. These are the ones with borders, different borders. And I'm definitely going to start using them because I have so many of them. Got the teeny tiny ones. And I still have one drawer left to do. So hang in there. So these came out of two different books because some were oriented that way and some were oriented this way, but they're pretty much the same size, I think. Okay. This is wide, so I can put all of these because I think these are what I have the most of. I'll put the reds and blues in together. And these are the same size, so I'm going to put them in also. I don't know if I'll keep them this organized once I get in there and start using them. Okay, this has to go in that other drawer. I left one box out. Have another bag that size. So for now, I think I might have some. I just have to really look for them. So I'm just going to put the rest of these red ones in. I guess they'll fit in here. And this one, I had a little box of these I bought at a antique mall, and this is the only one I have left, and it is to put on a package, but it was letting the mail service know that it was destined for a sailor so don't delay it. But I'm going to put this in with my other gummed stickers. Just put that in there. Whoops. Nope. In here. Okay, so now I have these items displaced. And I have one more drawer to go through. And this one is calling cards and cigarette cards. Looks like I have some business cards in here too. Okay, now these are calling card or cigarette card collections, and I sold the ones I wanted to sell. So these I'm keeping to use in a journal, but I need to get them out and use them. Doing this sort of sorting, I've said it before, doing this sort of sorting helps to remind me of what I have and what I need to get out and use. That's not even very old, I don't think. It's probably older than I think it is. Doesn't have a date on it. But it's not as old as some of these. This was trees. I think it was trees in the UK. These cards were included in UK cigarettes. These are membership cards. And I didn't know where to put them, so I thought it was okay to just put them in with all these other little cards. That feels like a piece of what they back ink blotters with. That is a calling card. It's another one of those. So business cards, membership cards to different clubs. Guild of Needleworkers. Those are fun vintage cards to have. There's a bird, but that one is a decal. It was a cigarette card, but it was a transfer to use. I sold most of them, but I only have that one. Features of the world. Okay. So I guess it's not calling cards. Oh, this is the calling cards. Those are calling cards. These are digital calling cards. Or whatever, little digital cigarette cards and calling cards. So I don't know if I'll keep those in here. Keep these kind of cards separate. I might end up just putting them in a drawer of ephemera, vintage ephemera. I just sorted through a drawer of ephemera, so I think I'll put that in there. And I don't have the right size bag I want to put these. That's my collection of cigarette cards. So if these are all calling cards, this is just a collector's card from it's advertising card from Arm & Hammer, but it's coming apart. I should glue that to something before. I don't want to cover up this part though. But I think I have to, because it's just going to fall apart. I could turn it into a little tiny ink blotter. I'm going to glue it to that. So the rest are just calling cards, and I have destashed all of those that I want to destash. So I will keep these, but I will be putting them in upcoming journals. Most of these are Victorian. So that really cleaned up this, just separating them like that and taking out the digital ones. That's a very neat looking box or drawer. Might as well do this right now. Well, it looks like I am going to keep that other 3-drawer unit for now. So I can put those sticky labels, address labels, and those big numbers back in it. And I don't think it's the right place to keep these closure things, but I'm going to put them back in it for now because I know where they are. I knew that's where they were. So if I'm looking for them, I'll know where to go. And then as I clean my sewing area, I might find a place for them. And these all stack together, so it's not like they take up any extra room, just visual space. All right, I did not destash anything in those little drawers because I had already done that. I lost my cap. But I organized them, I reminded myself of what's there, removed just a few items. And these. And I'm really happy with dividing up the Denison type of stickers so that they're easier for me to find. So I'm going to just put these all back where they belong, stacked up in my little nook. And I think this video is probably long enough that I won't be able to do anything more in this video. So I will be back again with some more organizing or crafting or glue booking or whatever I decide to do next. I'll see you then. Have a creative day. Bye.